Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into my channel. In today's video we're going to be talking about the Chucky saga movies, from the first one released in 1988 to the latest one in, I think it's Child's Play. Well, it's a remake, but we are not talking about it. Maybe a little bit, but not exactly. The last one is that really belongs to the original universe is Cult of Chucky, from 2017. So yeah, that's it. Let's get started with it. Just a short disclaimer: we are not going to involve the TV series for Star Plus because I haven't watched them, unfortunately. So yeah, that being said, let's get started with the first one, Child's Play 1, 1988. An amazing movie, a classic. I really enjoyed it. It's one of my all-time favorites in the genre, and I mean it's got an amazing concept, very innovative for its time. Obviously, I think there were already some movies that nobody knows about that were similar in concept, you know, of an evil doll that was killing everyone around it. But Chucky really took it to the next level. It really, you know, launched it to world fame. So yeah, with this movie, everything changed for the genre, honestly. It's got a decent acting. The most amazing thing about this movie, apart from being very iconic and innovative, is that the special effects, the visual effects were very good. I mean, in order to create the doll, they had to make like a super complex robot of Chucky with all the components and such to make it as realistic as possible. So that's one of the things that makes this a movie of cult, you know. So yeah, it goes in S tier undoubtedly. Then we have Chucky 2, the continuation of the first one, released in the 90s. Well, it's a very decent sequel. Actually, I think this one is better than the first one. I think it has got more iconic scenes. For example, the one in which they are running away from Chucky, who is chasing them in the factory, and all the, you know, all the goodbye boxes piled up around them, makes the scene very tense, very suspenseful. It really got to my nerves as a child. So for me, this one is scarier than the first one. The visual effects are also very good. I mean, it even traumatized me as a kid. For example, the scene in which Chucky's, you know, chasing Andy in the factory, and they are like going up a treadmill. I don't know how to call it, and then Chucky's about to reach Andy, but then Kyle, I think she was called, puts a freaking piece of metal onto Chucky's hand, so he basically just he got his hand amputated, and it was very, very visual, very morbid scene. It really got me really traumatized as a kid. I was like 7 at the time I watched that scene, so it's a little bit embarrassing, but I was thinking about Chucky all the time. I wouldn't get it out of my mind. So very, very well made movie with iconic scenes, with good acting. So yeah, what can I tell you, man? It deserves the S tier, obviously. And then we get to Child's Play 3, my favorite one of the saga. What can be said about this movie, man? it's just magical. I mean, many people dislike and disregard this movie because it was a little bit rushed. It was released actually a little bit less than a year after Child's Play 2, I guess. And they criticize it because, the script is a little bit clumsy. There are a lot of plot holes or things that don't make a lot of sense. For example, why the hell it has to be set in a military academy and things like that. But I thought it just added up to the sense of Chucky, to the concept. I think we had already seen many scenes in which Chucky would kill people in American neighborhoods, and that was getting boring. So I think this was a good turn for the franchise, and it's also got a very good amount of iconic scenes. The one in the festival, for example. What else? The one in which the Chucky kills that trash guy. He crushes him into the trash truck. So yeah, what can I tell you? It's my favorite because of the setting, because of the plot, because of many emotional scenes. For example, the one in which White Horse jumps over the grenade to save all of his fellows, I thought was emotional and memorable. And what can I tell you, man? I don't really see a lot of flaws in this movie. Maybe some not very good acting from Andy's girlfriend and a couple of other guys, but in general, it's a very solid movie. My favorite, man. I don't have anything to criticize about it. Maybe I'm a little bit biased, but it is what it is. So it goes in S tier for me. Obviously, changed my mind. Chucky 3. Then we go with the trash that was Bride of Chucky. What can I tell you? They decided to change the mood of the movies, of the franchise, and it didn't suit very well for me. I think this kind of humor is not better than the one that was already being made. I just didn't like it. It got very promiscuous. Obviously, it's part of the genre slasher as a whole, but I think Chucky was already very good the way it was, without so many adult jokes. So, and also the plot is not like that good. I mean, it focuses too much in giving it an adult, an adult mood. That's some of the reasons why it got 5.6 out of 10 in IMDb, whereas the other ones got 5.2 out of 10. Child's Play 3, what the hell is wrong with you, IMDb? Well, I didn't know about that. I'm sorry. And Child's Play 2 got 5.9 out of 10. What the hell? And Child's Play 1, 6.7 out of 10. Well, this is a total disappointment, honestly. I'm just finding out this right now. I'm sorry. I suppose Bride of Chucky is not that bad after all. But I didn't enjoy it. Like I said, the adult tone of this movie, for me, it's too much. They focused too much on that instead of making creative kills. I mean, the one in which they kill that guy in the hospital, or I don't know, with the pieces of the shattered mirror is okay, but man, I just prefer the old Chucky, and also its design in these movies, it's awful. Well, it's iconic, not gonna lie, with the scars and all, but for me, the one in the last 3 movies was better. Obviously, many people are going to hate me because I mean, they like this version of Chucky and it's okay, but for me, it doesn't suit my liking. I'm sorry. So it goes in B tier because what the hell. Chucky, Bride of Chucky. Then we get to A Seed of Chucky. Well, things just got worse in this movie, man. A very bizarre movie with a lot of disgusting jokes. I'm sorry, I just can't keep up with the adult mood. I know many of you will criticize me and tell me that I'm just a kiddo, but man, I think it's unnecessary. There are movies that do this much better. For example, I don't know, I don't know. There are movies that focus on this. For example, American Pie. So yeah, why the hell did they have to do this with Chucky? It's a slasher, not a stand-up for a cheap laugh. So yeah, I think they got too overly, they got too carried away with this kind of tone of the movie. So for me, it is what it is. It wasn't that good. So for me, it goes in C tier because it's trash. Yeah, what an argument I gave. Yeah, what a piece of argument I gave to you. I'm sorry, I'm not a professional analyst, as you may have already realized. But anyways, let's get to Curse of Chucky. Well, this recovered a little bit of the tone of the first three movies. Actually, I think this is the one that is the darkest. Why? It's got many serious scenes with a more serious style in general. I think this one was much more scary, obviously, than Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky, but also scarier than damn it, scary that Child's Play 2. So yeah, they did a good job in retrieving that missed horror or tense or suspense that the other Chucky movies had. So in the scale of Chucky, it goes in A tier because it was better than the last two ones because they were trash. I'm sorry. So yeah, and then we have Cult of Chucky. Well, this movie is kind of I have mixed feelings about this. On the one hand, I liked the part in which they bring back the actor that played Andy in the first two movies, sorry. And they also got back Kyle, so that's a very good move for by the directors. Things that I didn't like is the fact that they make this like even more unbelievable than it was already, with the fact that they made Chucky able to transfer his soul to other dolls and things very unbelievable, very unnecessary in my opinion. And for me, it's not like a very good movie. Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing I have to say about this movie. I just didn't like it that much. So for me, it goes in B tier along with Bride of Chucky. That's it. Cult of Chucky. And then we get to the last one made apart from the TV series, obviously, which is the remake. I said I wasn't talking about it, but I decided to just say a couple of things about that movie. I think it's a cool concept adapted to the 21st century. I think this one is much more believable than obviously Cult of Chucky, in which they'll make it very spiritist. On this one, they make it related to, you know, things that you can find in a daily basis, on a daily basis. It's obvious that you come across a hacked doll, electronic doll, that is a murderer. Anyways, yeah, I think this was believable. The tone of the movie is decent. It's well, it's it looks a little bit cheap, but I think it is acceptable because, you know, it's believable. Like I said, I'm running out of arguments to speak about this movie, but yeah, the ending was okay. The pace of the movie was, I guess, was better than that Seed of Chucky, which is the worst trash they have created. So yeah, that's the only thing I've got to say about this movie. If we were to rank it in this tier list, I would put it in let's say B tier, something around the middle of A and the B tier. So yeah, that's it for now. I think those are all the movies without counting the TV series. Thank you for staying, if you stayed all the way to this point. Thanks for listening all the blabbering I had to say, and stay tuned for the next video, which probably is going to be about more Halloween stuff and horror movies, because we are approaching the spooky season. So thank you.